due to the kind of like agricultural commodity super cycle that you mentioned earlier. You know, CPO is at 13-year high, corn is at 8-year high, soybean is at 7-year high, and sugar is at 5-year high, coffee is at 5-year high. How how has your average selling price been? Has it been trending up? And if yes, how big is your profit margin now? And how would it change in the future if you decide to increase your product price? I guess Michael is asking here about your average selling price right now on the commodity super cycle, as well as the improvement in margin.
Okay, thank you for the questions. Yes, everything is on the high, all-time high for the last few years. Here, definitely the average selling price will be increasing along the way, because with the high prices, I think customers are able to buy more, able to buy at higher prices. Now, the high prices is also driven by the higher cost. A lot of people focus on the revenue side. People don't talk about the cost side. The cost side is also important. Now, a lot of material, especially the raw material, the chemical intermediate from China has also rise to the all-time high. So correspondingly, we are able to increase the average selling price. At the same time, we are also facing the cost increase in terms of raw material from China. But all in all, we are expecting generally the margin should be on the upward trending, because not everything get to pass back, not all the costs get to pass. The costs get to pass back to customers. Generally, when customers are having the good run, their ability to buy more product is there, and to absorb higher prices is there. So we hope we are able to capitalize from this trend. Just bear in mind that it's not only the revenue side, the cost side has also increased, something for us to manage going forward. But generally, we are excited about the high trending of the world commodity prices. Thank you.
Sorry, just one more question before I pass on to Ming Teck. Can I just also roughly understand, Mr. Lee, right? In terms of your products, which is the biggest source of revenue by crop? Is it sugarcane? Is it coffee? Or is it CPO? Like, what's the percentage like?
Okay, for all the active ingredient that we sell, the biggest crop that we are selling, serving the plantation sector is the sugarcane. So for all the sugarcane farm in the world, we are supplying the product to them, because, for example, our main product, MSMA, there are only two producers in the world. One is in Israel and the other one in Malaysia here. So I think we share the market quite equally for these two products. And for the new entrant to come to this product, it's quite impossible due to the lengthy registration requirements. That is used to serve the sugarcane industry. And second product, Diarong, is also used to serve the sugarcane industry. So with these two products, I think it constitutes maybe 45% of our total revenue. So sugarcane is about 45% of our total revenue. And interestingly, going forward, when we decide on the new active ingredient to be produced, it is also there to serve the sugarcane market. It's because of the infrastructure that we already developed over the years. All the distributors who come forward to us to ask us to produce the active ingredient comes from the sugarcane industry. So going forward, there will be more dependence on the sugarcane industry, but also at the same time, with some of the new active ingredient, we are about to go into soybean also, because soybean is the biggest crop in the world. Now, the other two that we are serving is basically the cotton and also the palm oil. The second largest is palm oil. We have one or two products that serving the oil palm market, and we are the only producer in the world. So I think that maybe takes about 20% of the revenue, and cotton maybe approximately about 10% of the revenue. So our active ingredient serves 70%. These three main crop will constitute 70% of our revenue source. So basically, that is a bit of background on the three crops that we are involved in. Yeah.
Okay, noted. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Lee, a side question a little bit, but it's on commodity. Wondering what's your view on the soybean price going up, sugar price going up, all the commodity price going up? What is the reason for this from your view, and do you think this is sustainable? Because I see almost all the commodity price going up.
Well, there are a lot of school of thoughts. All these questions, I think maybe economists will be able to answer better. But I'll tell you this, share on the sugarcane part. The reason for the sugarcane price increase is attributable to the pandemic. Now, India is also a very important sugarcane producer. Now, due to the pandemic, we all know India is experiencing very bad pandemic situation. The sugarcane production in India is badly affected. As a result of that, there's lesser supply of sugar. Resulting from that, I think for the last 1 year, you see the sugar price keep going up because there are lesser sugar to be produced from all the plantation. Now, India is a big plantation supplier for sugar. So for that reason, I think sugar price came out. Now, the increase of a lot of commodities are also attributable to the rising petrochemical prices. Now, petrochemical prices are the derivative and also the raw material for a lot of industrial chemical product. So when the crude oil prices are on the rise, generally you will see a lot of raw material on the rise as well, in tandem with the rise of the crude oil, and also for transportation costs. For the last few months, the transportation cost has gone crazy. All industries experiencing the highest freight cost worldwide. Is attributable also to the pandemic. Many containers go overseas, they cannot come back, all stuck in Europe because of the pandemic, lesser people working. So, but of course, the key here is to your question is, with a high commodity prices, is it sustainable? It is attributable technically to the shortage in supply and also attributable to the high oil prices, generally speaking. Now, sustainability, I think there are a lot of school of thoughts. Anything that goes too high is not sustainable, right? Because then the negative economic skills will set in. We are talking about the balance rise. So anything that's too high, certain players will be affected. Not everything can be passed back to customer. So at the moment, it is still rising at the acceptable level. If it goes another 20-30% in terms of sugar prices, that will actually cause this equilibrium to the markets. So generally, I think at the current level, it's sustainable. But going forward, we still got to see how it goes. Otherwise, a lot of industry will get affected. Too low is not good. Too high is also not good. So that's how it is. Yeah.
Thank you.